The ideas, opinions, and arguments expressed in this podcast are that solely of the individual and do not represent any company, organization, group, or any higher authority. Enjoy.
All right, this is Jorge here with another edition of the Media Offspring podcast. Today we're going to be talking about geek culture. So first of all, let's introduce our people.
Oh, Galloway or Kaicho. I don't know what I go by now.
She back. She used to be our president.
Yeah.
I'm Dominique. I'm new here.
She doesn't know what's going on.
I'm Vonte. I know what's going on. This is an all-black panel. I know, right? It's fucking revolutionary.
I'm Jonathan, a.k.a. J.O., a.k.a. John, a.k.a. JJ.
A.k.a. New Kaicho.
A.k.a. Riley Escobar.
Oh, those are my street names. All right, my street names. Don't call me that. Just call me John.
You look like a creative 2K player, though, right? What you mean street name?
You look like you got a motherfucking 99 rated, bud.
All right, so we're going to get started with probably the most important question here. Can discuss geek culture. Let you have a definition for what geek is. So, Aisha?
Shiznay. I should have thought about this when I proposed this question. You have to get back with me for like 2 seconds.
My definition of geek culture, that would be, I would like to say socially inclined. No, this is coming from the top of my head. Off the dome. Off the dome. Freestyle. I would like to say it's more about just knowing, I guess. Okay, I got this.
Wow.
Okay, so Vonte?
No. I'm drinking it.
Amazing start.
Amazing
This
start.
is such a good start.
I know.
I think I got something, though.
Okay, she got it.
All right.
Blow us away.
Originally, I thought geek culture was like you had to like video games or comic books or anime. I thought it was just those platforms only. As I grew up and become one with myself and the universe and all these other things, I feel like you're a geek if you can be a geek within your own sect. You could be a jock geek, as in you know everything about football and stuff. But that's one thing that I think of. Another, when I think of the word geek, as in the social classification now, it really is it's semi-broad, but it still falls into some categories like video game subclass. It's video games, TV, pop culture, and when we mean pop culture, we mean like science fiction, things that are like stuff when people were like when you were younger, like ew, what you doing while you're watching that.
Okay.
So that's that. Video games, TV, pop culture, of course, anime, manga, and comic books. But things are like go across that, like J-pop drama, like J-pop and Korean dramas and stuff like that. I really feel like it's stuff that's not. It's slowly becoming mainstream in America now, but it still has a classification. You can look at it like that's something geeky right there.
So are you saying that geek culture is expanded to just about every subject?
Yes.
So it's like a form of open-mindedness. It's to be open-minded. Okay. And there's no limit to, as you should say, Galloway, ex-Kaicho. And as she said, there is no limit. And that's the point of it. It's just open. It's just open. It's being open-minded to the subject of which you are strongly passionate about.
Strongly open about. Got
yes.
it.
Nah, you gotta be strongly passionate.
Passionate.
Or interested.
Okay, ladies.
Thank you.
Z-snap going around.
Damn.
Get to the real.
All of my ideas are like halfway stolen.
Then take it home.
Take it home.
Columbusing.
All the way for Callaway.
Hell yeah.
Globalization.
I could say that it's the affection of a certain topic or the affection of knowledge of a certain topic. Like, if you're a geek about, say, Pokemon, then you know the stats of every Pokemon from 1 to 721. You know, oh, okay, so I'm going to get an Inky, and at level 20, at level 21, you're going to get, what the hell is that move? Fuck.
Not a geek.
Exactly. Not a geek.
Wait, can I rebut now or rebut later?
Yeah,
but
let's just go down the line.
I should have brought a notepad.
But yeah, so it's the affection of what you know and the expansion. You're like, all right, so you know everything about what you need to know.
Okay, so
or a lot of it.
So does that apply to all topics, like Aisha was saying, or is that just is there a certain limit to it in your mind?
There's a limit. But
okay, so where do you draw the line at it?
I draw
what is not geek? What that you can have an affectionate amount of like knowledge of something, right? That isn't geek. Well, where's that line?
I'd say the line would be below the level of geek. Like, you're not a geek if you know little.
Yeah, we're asking you to define that line.
Yeah, like what is the line?
Move on to Jonathan.
So, let me ask you first: are we defining geek culture? Or are we defining geek?
Define geek right now.
Okay.
People define geek culture, but what is being a geek? Like,
I feel like you're a
define
geek
the culture.
if you consider yourself a geek. You're a geek to me. I feel like we don't exclude each other because that's what we were doing. Like geek culture wasn't accepted, as much as it was in the.
Then tell us why weren't they accepted? What's that?
Because of what we
definition
used
that
to
people
escape.
believe?
Is what we used to escape wasn't seen as normal. What they what?
I thought you make it seem like we were drug addicts.
you see the meaning? Some niggas women like
Yeah, it's not much of a difference, but
they got sentenced to GSC for rehab.
Man, I need my last Naruto fix, man.
but
Need to
yeah,
get that
like
manga.
Manga chapter.
back in the day, other people use like sports to escape. We geeks, we used other forms of media, whether it's TV, comics, manga, anime, to escape the reality, that we were set in.
So being a geek to you is all about escapism.
Enjoying, in its core, I believe that's what it started as. And then basically, in its core.
So what about the culture? Everybody took turn basically defining the culture. You define geek for us. Define culture. The geek culture.
Geek culture. I don't know. I really don't know.
Killing it.
Skip me.
Okay, so Aisha, you had a rebuttal for something that was brought up.
I knew I should have brought a notepad to write down my little notes. I think it was something Vonte said. What was it? Oh, when he was like, you have to have a certain level of knowledge to be a geek. I feel like that's not true.
Right.
Is it?
Because I feel like you could be a hardcore. I feel like geek is on a spectrum. You could be a hardcore geek, and you could be a fan. I feel like you could be a hardcore geek or a fan. Like, I am a fan of Pokemon. I am not a geek for Pokemon because I don't know everything about Pokemon. I know little of Pokemon. I am interested. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm interested in it. But I wouldn't say that people who know less, like if this one person doesn't know the day that this one card was released in the Japanese series, what's the real name of it? If that nigga don't know, you be like, you ain't a real geek though. You don't know this. How you not know this? I'm like, nigga, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody.
And like for me, I feel like because I know when people I feel the sense that people want to say if you don't dedicate enough of your time or enough of you towards this, you shouldn't be a part of us. As in, like, you don't feel the same level I do. And
There is an innate sense of elitism and like entitlement for certain fans out there and geeks in general. They're really defensive about it.
Here, wait. I have something that was brought up. Everyone's been talking about the positive idea of geek, but geek, other than
because geek is good now.
Everyone here has been called geek, probably.
Nope.
I have.
Not I.
Oh, that's because you don't look like
Because you
one.
don't look like. We can talk about that later. Why
Yeah,
don't certain
okay,
people
but-
can
Geek
call
was more self-defined.
Right. So, what is the definition of geek
That got me in trouble?
that other people perceive on you?
If you want,
Does anyone have that? Does anyone have?
Booyaka.
Okay.
Alright, so geek apparently is gonna be a little controversial right now. Whenever someone says geek and I tell them like I'm a geek for this, I'm a geek, it's like you don't look like one. I'm like, what do you mean?
Well,
I think I look
the stereotype.
You look like you got a
when think
bow
of
tie.
geek- No, when you think of geek, when I grew up, thinking of geek is like Steve Urkel geek.
Yeah.
When I thought of Steve Urkel. No, seriously, I thought of him.
I thought nerd for Steve Urkel.
Yes, there is. Nerds are more academically aware, and geeks are more social media aware, or medially aware. That's what they are. They're aware of the media around them. Come on.
Oh, shit's name.
There you go.
That's it. So,
Well, if you want to talk about what geek is in a bad way, there is a whole slew of stereotypes that go along with it. Apparently, if I'm a geek and I watch anime, obviously I have no friends. I live in my mom's basement. I got no job.
You're unhealthy apparently for no reason. Like, why would I never understood that one? Was like, oh, you're unhealthy because you're white. I'm like, most people I know, they get inspired by the shows or the things they watch. Like, oh, I'm about to freaking become Captain America, start working out. Oh, I like Japanese things. I like this one martial arts show. I'm about to start whooping ass. I was afraid of geeks. So I'm like, nigga, you watch that. If you're like me, you want to try it. I'm gonna let you chill in the cut. I'm not gonna touch you. I'm gonna let you chill.
Or they think that you're socially inadequate, as in you can't like talk to other people, you can't communicate.
Oh, and trust me, there are those people.
Oh yeah.
There's those people in every single thing.
Right.
Yeah, there are. Yeah, exactly. I think our kind of group is a little bit more subjected to it.
I mean,
to getting those people.
I mean, have you ever seen like a muscle bound guy that can't put it together one whole sentence?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, I went to the gym. I had the protein shake.
I'm
I want to wave and but yeah.
Well, there's also another stereotype of it. A geek is always some sort of a male.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a male
He's
white
a male
dude.
white dude
Oh,
in
yeah.
his mom's basement.
You're looking at me.
No, I was right here.
No.
I'm talking about people like you, JJ.
Me hidden
Yeah.
in my closet playing with computers.
So apparently there's this idea in basically geek culture, especially in gaming. Gaming is definitely
yes.
this is definitely where it goes that just girls don't exist apparently.
I think gaming is I'm not a gamer because struggle life. That's one thing, like the geek culture thing, when I felt like I couldn't be called a geek because I didn't have enough access to certain things. Because nigga, being a geek is expensive.
Oh yeah.
I ain't got money for I still ain't got money for comic books. I ain't got money to go to Comic Con. I ain't got money for all this other stuff that you have to, in order for you to prove that you're a geek. Why haven't you played this game, nigga? I just bought my first Xbox last year. Okay.
Yeah, the original Xbox One.
Okay.
I'll catch up once I play Halo 1.
Let me catch up. I did not have access to these things.
I'm still on Game & Watch.
Like, I didn't have access to these things. So I personally felt like I couldn't claim the word geek because I didn't have these certain things that apparently you need to be geek. I don't have fandom t-shirts. The only fandom t-shirts I have were gifts. I think I bought one myself.
Isn't it a problem itself that
Yeah.
don't feel like that you can't feel like you can claim geek because
I ain't got certain that's
you have certain
classist
points.
right there, nigga.
wasn't we the ones that was being oppressed by the other? Why are we oppressing each other? It's like it's upsetting to
Isn't
see
it
that.
funny about how
Geeks
people
hate each
work?
other.
Yeah,
I don't know
Hate each
why.
other? No, geeks
No,
hate
no,
each
no.
other
You
because
know
they
how-
feel this sense of like superiority
I'm the better
within
geek.
themselves.
You know what
Yeah.
started that geek
I have
war?
less friends than you.
I blame the Star Trek and Star Wars geeks for doing
Have not
that
seen
shit.
Star Trek and only saw a couple. No, I never saw Star Wars.
No. That
Those are
is
trash.
the whole geek wars. Like, geeks must hate each other's geeks because you do not like what
They
I
fight
like.
at conventions.
They
I
fight
saw
at
Spock throw the
conventions.
hands with Vader one time. I saw Captain Kirk do that drop kick that he does. Captain Kirk drop kick. I was like, oh my god.
But that's just ostracizing ourselves because we're saying that you're not a geek because you don't like what I like. And that's just culture
It's not
and
even
society.
that anymore.
It's not even that anymore.
What I hear the most is that you're not a geek or you're not a fan. They use fan instead of geek. Like I was talking to somebody about One Piece, and I've been watching One Piece for a while now, since like 11th grade, and I've always liked it. I've read it twice now. But this guy said I'm not a fan because I don't own any manga of One Piece. Oh, you're not a true fan. I'm not a true fan, so I can't
money
enjoy
for that
it.
shit? That shit's endless.
It's $10 a volume, and they have 77 volumes out. So I'm gonna go ahead and spend $770
Plus shipping.
plus shipping, plus handling, plus tax. No, I'm not gonna go into all that, but still,
That's mad fucking money.
It doesn't matter.
He's like, hold up,
This, my friend, is
carry the one, do the tax 2 times 3.3, whatever.
I mean, I know the struggle as well as far as people not being able to see me as a geek because I remember a girl told me one time I was talking to her and I said I'm into anime, I'm into this manga and everything, and she was like you're into that stuff. I couldn't tell. I'm like, yeah, I can't tell what somebody likes. Like, exactly.
Okay.
Nah, but
This is perfect for you.
I got that from Galloway when
yes.
when I first showed up at GNC. Tell the story.
Alright. So we have like the first general meeting after elections, whatever, and everyone's rolling. I'm like, cool, this person looks like a geek. This is when I was back in my ignorance phase. I admit that I was dumb and stupid. Like, this nigga's a geek. He's a geek. He's a geek. These my people. Who the fuck this nigga? Why he got fitted? Why he got a hoodie? Is that Tim's he wearing? Wait a minute, I think he lost. And I think I went up and I was like, you here for graphic novel club? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I'm open-minded. Let him chill. Freaking Jorge is like the person I go to now for anything. I'm like, Jorge, is this anime good? Is this manga worthwhile? How is this?
I'm not the manga guy.
Yeah, I know, but you're mostly, I'm like, I go to Jorge for like this anime stuff. I'm seeing him like, the first anime, I'm like, this nigga is lost because he does not fit the stereotype of what I think a geek is. And I was like semi-open-minded at the time, but he did not. I'm like, you look like somebody from the hood.
I'm from the hood.
Yeah. And like, I was like, what?
But wait. Can you do that?
I don't know. Apparently you can't.
I guess Jorge just
Yeah,
does it.
thank you, Jorge. You opened my
Majority of
eyes.
the club can't hang when it comes to anime knowledge. You can catch these hands at anime trivia if you want. I'm just saying.
facts.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's talk about How are you introduced into the culture? Like, how did it happen to you? How were you?
Let's start from this side.
Yeah, how are you given
Talking
this?
too much for you.
No, you've been starting every time, so we gotta diversify.
We got one white guy. We got diversity.
And it isn't racist.
We got diversity.
And plus, you banging out with your flags. Like, what's up, man?
Where's your One Piece flag at?
I ain't banging out today. How I was introduced to the culture before I even knew what a geek was. I was watching. If you want to consider Western cartoons, can you watch Western cartoons? And because Western cartoons
for Avatar. Like,
okay, there it is. Western cartoons, but
discussion about it today.
That's true.
I'm sad.
Anime is what I was first introduced to. Dragon Ball Z, even though Dragon Ball Z is such a pop culture thing, I don't think people consider that you're a geek if you watch it. It's just normal.
We'll talk about that part later.
Then I got into Naruto, and Naruto was big as well, kind of like Dragon Ball Z. When I started branching off, I started getting into like Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, One Piece. Definitely, One Piece was like an underdog out of the big three, and people didn't really like it, but I was one of the few that did. And then and then coming to the GNC and the Graphic Knowledge Club. That's really the culture, but yeah, anime.
Pokemon.
The end.
Because it started with the show. It started with the show because everybody knows Ash Ketchum. That's really pop culture-y too. That also fits with him. But I like branched off in a different direction where everyone was like, "Oh my god, Pikachu!" I was like, "Nah, but Pikachu sucks."
Yeah, Pokemon is one of those shows that people don't even know is an anime.
No. I just hate when my mom said Pokemon. You watching that Pokemon?
No.
No.
Mom didn't let me
Pokemon, Mom. Pokemon. Disrespectful.
I love
Continue,
mom
though.
messing up names of shows.
I'm
They
gonna
do it on
when I get
purpose.
older.
They do it on purpose.
I'm gonna do it when
My
I get
mom
older.
corrected me.
Ooh.
I'll
Awesome.
get to that later.
What? But yeah, I was introduced to the geek culture by Pokemon, and then off of Pokemon, I branched out into other anime, like John said, Bleach, Yu Yu Hakusho, even Cowboy Bebop. The first time that I watched it, I looked at it, I was just like, holy shit, this nigga's in space? This man's name is Spike Spiegel? What the hell kind of name is that? Yo, that's lit.
I love the jazz pieces.
Yo!
You can watch Almost Star.
Man. But yeah, I'll come back to that, Space Cowboy.
Bang.
Where do I begin? I blame my dad.
Blame or thank?
Both.
Wait, is this...
He forced me to watch all. He forced me to watch all Star Wars movies when I was younger,
And that is what I'm going to do with my
and
kids.
watch the cartoon of Transformers when I was little. And I'm the
Son
oldest.
turns 4. He's gonna watch Baccano.
She's like, Dad, I don't understand these concepts.
You will,
Praise
but
the Bible visor.
I could say it started with that. I mean, it was more of a learned behavior when I was younger, and it was just there. But other than that, I like to say I picked it up on my own with gaming. I picked up 1998. Was playing PlayStation 1. Mortal Kombat with my cousin, and I lost. But that's all I needed. I just needed the motivation to keep going, to keep, try to kick his ass. I used to watch Sega, for me it was gaming since in the 90s. But other than that, I'm a geek for animated shows and movies. So Toonami also started me when I was younger. Back when it was Adult Swim, Toonami and Speed Racer. I mean, Speed Racer, not the Racer X one, not the later one.
The one
No.
that doesn't exist?
But
Yes, that one.
But that dubbing on Speed Racer, though, life.
But
We gotta go get the driver tool. Oh, we're about to win the race. Oh,
and Astro Boy, but that was just on. That's how I know it's up too late. But I would say,
Ultron comes on, you're up too late.
you're up too late. I was like, But I would say that's what started me. I would say it was mostly shows and movies. That started me in my geek culture, and gaming came on later in life for me. So but I kept going.
She's anticipating.
Go.
Because I didn't know I was a geek. I'm the only person in my house. I'm like, because I always get a similar question, like whenever I do like the Japanese stuff, they're always like, how did you get into Japanese culture? And you're not supposed to say, I watch anime, because you're like, oh my god, you're a weeb, get away from me.
Weeb.
They're like, get away. I'm like, no, I need to learn from you. And normally I tell them like the way I got into Japanese culture, which is the way I got into anime, was that I saw Sailor Moon. If for some reason in my mind, it clicked to me that this style of drawing, this style of storytelling, and these themes they're different from the things I've been watching. And at that time, I didn't know why. And I was sitting, I was like, and then for me, that style of drawing and stuff connected, and like the storytelling and like the themes connected when I watched Pokemon. And I was like, what the fuck are these two? Why are they related? And why aren't they like the cartoons I normally watch? And then I didn't have cable. I got cable like in fucking high school.
You didn't miss anything.
Okay. So then I'm only watching
illegal cable. You missed everything.
I didn't have illegal. So I'm watching like what was it? I watched like Channel 5. I forgot when it was before 4Kids. It was like they had like Ultimate Muscle and shit like
The
that.
Fox Box.
Yes, when it was the Fox Box, I was like, "This is all the stuff. What is this? I don't understand." And I didn't get all this stuff until I got to middle school, and I saw other people who like this stuff. And then they're like, "Did you know you can watch this online?" And I was like, "Nigga, what?"
Yeah.
There's an online?
There's an online. There's more stuff like this. And then once I'm the person like if I would like one thing, I go like you wiki dig and you start and then like 20 different pages. That's what happened. I'm like, this is from Japan. Why is this from Japan? What the fudge?
So you mean you go ape shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
So now I realize like this is like for me the way I got introduced like typical geek culture and the definition that we had is that it was through anime because I was like, oh shit, I like this stuff. Why? And then I just got immersed in it and everything. And then from there, one reason like I started the club was like I know there's more things out there, but I don't have the tools or the access to it. And I don't have the time. I knew I was at a disadvantage. I was like, everyone's been doing this apparently while I was 5, and I just started at fucking 14. So let me get a whole bunch of people who've been doing this since they 5.
Teenage prodigy.
I was like, y'all all been doing this since you're 5? What should I avoid? And once I got GNC, and I was like, we expand, like I wanted to have it wide and stuff. The way I wrote the Constitution was like, it's just a broad thing. So I was like, I want to learn stuff. Then we started talking about like manga. I started reading manga more. I was like, oh shit. Then I started talking about video games and started talking about TV shows and all the other stuff I'm starting to get into now. I was like, this is freaking amazing. But for me, it all started when I made the connection from Sailor Moon to Pokemon, and I didn't understand why it was different. And I dropped the mic now. Boom.
Please don't drop my mic.
just know, Sailor Moon made it okay for girls to watch anime, right? It did. It was introduction. It was like the first big thing in the States for females.
It was annoying, but it was.
It was definitely annoying. I wasn't a fan of it.
Hey,
I was up at
I'm
6 o'clock
still a
anyway.
fan.
Still never watched a full episode.
I can't.
Yo.
It's Tuxedo Mask.
The first time she mentioned Sailor Moon, I heard the theme song in my head.
Let's not do that. All right, so my introduction. Well, I got introduced young, and then I got reintroduced when I got to college. That's basically mine. So, as I said in the previous podcast, I started out gaming with Pokemon. Pokemon started everything for me.
Pokemon is life.
Yeah, mostly because I have an older brother, and we're really competitive with each other. So I had blue, he had red. And
I did that with my little sisters.
Yeah, and when I had gold, he had silver, and then I beat him for his game. So I was so good at Pokemon.
Let's go.
It was cool, and
Big ticket? What?
yeah, and then it changed when I got to 5th grade because my brother.
Nation attack?
Well, when I was in 5th grade, my brother was in high school, and he introduced me to Magic the Gathering, and like he's a popular dude. Like, he was with the popular guys, so it kind of broke down the barriers for me. Like, okay, this is all right to do. Yeah, like long hair. He looked like he was about to steal your girl.
He's a Bishi character. Yes.
Yeah, so he made it look like it was okay to play that game. I was like, all right. So I kept losing to him forever. But if you know me now, you know I still love the game. Like,
Yeah.
I absolutely love that game. And now he can't touch me at all.
I think he calling you out, my son.
No, he tried that last year. And he got shit on hard.
Oh.
Yeah, we still shoot the hands. He'll beat me in that. He's a Marine.
I ain't shooting that. I'm good.
Yeah, so when I was young, of course, I watched Toonami, like everybody else. Of course, I just like Aisha, I didn't know that it was anime, but I knew this was different. It was a different thing. Yu Hakusho, Dragon Ball Z was the big thing everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of the Dragon Ball Z shows.
Dragon Ball Z was on forever.
Yeah, it was a discussion topic everywhere you went. Like for kids my age at that point, like it was like if you were talking about Dragon Ball Z, what you were doing?
Next day of school.
Yeah, and even then I was like, "Fuck Goku, Vegeta." That's what I was
like
doing.
anti-hero. My thing has been I grown from anti-heroes to like I need the supporting catalyst character. Vegeta used to be my nigga.
Vegeta made the show go, but that's for another topic. All right. Yeah, so I didn't know it was anime until a while later, and at that point, I didn't even want to watch it. Like I was just not interested at all in anything anime related. I was
You
like,
can't see my face, but I'm doing that. bruh face right now.
Yeah, like I had watched a couple anime during the side, and I was like, all right, this is like not even that great. So at the time, my brother and my mother are both anime fans.
Okay.
They are.
Got passed down the genes.
So my mom was like, she religiously reads the Naruto manga on top of watching everything that comes out. Like she's the one who told me to watch Wolf's Rain.
Oh.
Yeah, so she got me into certain shows.
I'm still not on it. I can't.
And it took until I tore my ACL to really get like to really sit down and give it a chance.
To the knee.
Yeah, I really did. And so I saw this show. So the first anime I saw after knowing what anime was a show called Tokyo Majin. Like nobody even really knows what this show is. I found it on Netflix. So I was like, I'm gonna go with this because it's something my mom didn't recommend, and I went with that.
Screw you, mom.
And I was like, all right, this was not so bad, and I think it could get better. So I tried something else, and then I found Full Metal Panic right after that. And that show was like entertaining. Like, it has problems, but it's entertaining as hell. Like Sosuke Saga is that nigga. So I just started expanding, watching everything through Netflix, and eventually I came across the original Full Metal Alchemist series. I came across Gurren Lagann.
Still feel betrayed.
Yeah. And eventually Bakano happened. And now I just can't get enough of anime. Like anime, even though I do take breaks, it's something I'm pretty passionate about. Voice actors.
Freaking know everything.
Try it. Try it. That's the part of the fandom I get caught up in, and I get looked at really weird when I tell people.
You should see Jorge talking about voice actors, though.
Yeah.
Did you know he played in this, but he also this. And nigga be knowing like the freaking. How do you know like the Japanese voice actors? You be like, this person just a little bit. You don't know. I feel like you don't know all of it, but you be like, that nigga played this, but he's also a nigga that did this. But I'm like, how did you?
Or
you
the
know
Avatar,
what?
the fucking Avatar cast.
Oh my god!
Oh, the Avatar cast.
Oh, they fuck. He's their IMB. What is it? IMBD.
Yeah.
I look up vocal cast because if somebody does a good performance, I want to see it again. That is the thing I got caught up in. All right.
It's like you pretty good, my nigga.
Don't judge me.
No, I get judged for a few reasons. First of all, that I watch English dub anime, I get judged to hell for that.
How dare you?
How dare you?
But
Japanese is the most pure form of it.
like ghost stories, though.
Ghost stories.
That's all you need.
Anime the abridged series. That's how you do it. So that's how I got introduced, and now I'm just here doing a podcast about how I got here. How I got here. So I don't really think I need to explain anymore. How about you, JJ?
Let's see. I got introduced into the geeky life by being born into it. I was into Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Digimon.
I was born in
I was born in it, molded by it. And so I grew up on Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon. I grew up playing with like computers and shit. I was repairing shit. Game Boy, I played Pokemon all day. Legend of Zelda, Yu-Gi-Oh games, fucking where you could create like Nina from Fullmetal Alchemist. Where you just combine.
Oh my god, why you do that? Why did you say that?
Is it still too soon?
It will always be too soon.
Fuck that bitch.
It's never early enough.
She's literally a bitch now. I'm my bad.
Grammatically appropriate.
Why you gotta come out with the English major? Technically.
Okay, and so I didn't know what anime was at that time. I didn't even get into anime until I was in college. I was already a man. I know.
Back in my day.
No. I remember back when I was in college. Now I'm, midlife crisis over.
It's the reason why was because in my old high school, the association that people that liked anime, there were two clubs for that: Asian Culture Club and Anime Club. All had the same people in it, and they were literally. It was literally all Asian, and they had a double period. So you go from one club to the other. So I didn't know anyone in it except for the people I played handball with. And so I was like, I didn't even get into it. So I just waited until college, and everyone,
Vonte's face.
So all the people I met at my old college were in a graphic novel club of their own. So I was just chilling there at the tables while they were all gone because I wasn't even into it. Then I got into it, got obsessed with it, and started finishing series each and every night. And now I'm completely stuck in that life.
He watches so much slice of life, he like hides in his closet.
Body pillows, mouse pads.
Yeah. No. although a body pillow would be perfect for me because I actually need that shit when I sleep. I'm not getting that shit.
I would get a body pillow if I had the money. If I had the money, oh my god, I would be geeked out.
Swag.
Man, I am geeked
Batman body
out.
pillow?
Nah, I meant like I would buy like them. I would be the one to buy the mouse pads and shit. Fuck it.
Opie mouse pods.
Yo, those shits. Okay, I've grown like where I'm at now. Before I used to be ashamed. No, I wasn't even. I've never been like ashamed of what I am or who I am or whatever I've been. And I know there's people who've been like that, but I'm more open now. Like when people are like, oh, you read this, that's bad, or like freaking some manga that I read, they're like, oh, that's ecchi or that's hentai, you read that? I'm like, fucks yeah, nigga. You read it for the plot? Nah, I read this one for the boobs. I read this one for the plot. You got a problem with it? Keep it stepping.
Prison school. Shout out.
Yep. Shout out to High School of the Dead.
Boob physics. That rival Dead or Alive.
See, I don't care if people know what I watch. I'm just because, to be honest, I don't really hide that much about what I watch, what I don't
Your
watch.
screensaver is Sawako.
Yeah, no, that's my lock screen.
Oh.
I got like 5 other screens on
Well,
here.
Get that shit right.
Oh, my bad. You know I don't know technology. I don't know terms.
Before, like, I imprinted my little sister earlier. She was like in 6th grade fifth grade. And I was like, hey, you like anime? Here, watch this. And she was like, okay, that's nice. She went on a binge. She went crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You could find about 10 to 12 notebooks of just all mangas she's read. Filled out from the line. And
now we got
and
technology
animes.
for that.
So
So
my anime list,
her anime and manga list, I was like,
which is an anime fan's dick measuring. That's all it is. Yo, I'm on 200s.
What the?
1,000.
yeah, she used to do that, and I was like, so any new stuff I should know about, like anything that's interesting to me? And she was like, I would recommend this. Okay, all right, you're going
You
too
suffered
fast.
for me, thank you.
You suffer for me, thank you. But she's still gonna keep going. So right now she's my piggyback and my researcher on.
She taller than you?
That is not.
Everyone's
That is
taller
not the
than
question.
her.
That's
That is not the
like 90%
question.
of the population.
Damn. Now that reminds me of I was working computer lab in Bronx Community College, right? And there literally ain't shit to do unless you're retarded and can't like deal with a computer. No offense to everybody else. But
No offense to
Did you plug it in? What?
but I literally had to help people print for 7 hours a day. Like there were people that came in and couldn't print, right? So on my off time, which is basically 7 hours a day, I would sit there watch anime, right? And I was watching Princess Tutu,
That
Yo,
was another one. But
see-
continue.
and
Screenshots of
people passed by me like, "Really, nigga? Really? You're doing that?" And then like the same guy judged me like watching Naruto in the back. I'm like, I'm like, my show's better than yours. Like, what are you doing?
Princess Tutu was Black Swan before Black Swan came out.
That was a creepy ass movie.
Wow.
No,
I've not seen
Princess
Black
Tutu's
Swan.
creepy.
Yeah, it was creepy.
I've only seen on Tumblr the
Doka
little
Magica is disturbing.
screenshots.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Doka Magica is disturbing. Yeah, but let's move on. All right. So now in these days, this is probably the best time to be a geek in general. Like it burning at the stake. It lasts a decade. But
It's
now,
like, burn it!
now it's pretty good. The superhero movies are kind of making it easier for us.
Yeah.
If you're into comic books, it's now not the worst time to be a comic book fan. It's like it's so mainstream.
And that's what's making people hate it more.
Yeah, I don't get that. I'm like, okay, so you don't want to be stigmatized, and then it's mainstream, and now you just don't want it mainstream. So what
You
do
just want to be counter.
Nah, you want to be a
everything.
hipster. You're like the geek hipster.
No.
yeah, you're like,
Have you read this
I
one
did it
one
first.
manga?
I was in it
I like
before. It
comics.
was cool.
Yeah, so obviously I'm a better fan. I hate that. I hate that so much.
I'm a better fan than you.
I know the real story.
So let's talk about how you think the lines are being blurred between geek culture and like pop culture.
Channel
Should go with
11.
them. I don't know.
No, you want it.
Well, the lines are, like you
Well-
said, the lines are being blurred with more introduction, with like celebrities. Like we're seeing these main blockbuster movies that are coming out. Transformers, Superman, Avengers. Avengers was big, and and it's okay to like it. That's why, because it was like good. You know what I mean? It's like you have video games, like you have.
I wouldn't go that far and say it was good.
Yeah, well, it wasn't good. It was good for the culture, I should say. It's like when you have gamers that you have gamers that play only Madden, and then you have gamers that play everything else, and it's like they're making it more okay to play everything else. 'Cause back in the day, you could only play Madden or 2K, and then you're still.
Why
cool.
you playing that?
Yeah,
Or
it's
shooting games.
you play Kingdom Hearts, nigga, like,
Shooters.
or shooters, yeah, or COD, you know what I mean? But yeah,
bitch nigga.
yeah, exactly. I was like, yo, it is a good game. It's better than Madden coming out every year, but that's not the point. But yeah,
Got a word on this?
So what up? Oh, yeah. So like Fedor, like these movies, they're good for the culture, but they're not good for me. Where you ask why?
I did.
Because Avengers.
You didn't.
Here. Why? Why, Vonte?
You know why? Because
Tell
they're
me.
not good.
Why?
Right?
Because they take what's good, which is the storybook, which is the comic book storyline. They go, all right, so we're going to do this, and fuck you, we're changing it. And, for example, Iron Man, as I probably said in previous podcast, that it's my favorite comic book character, right? And then they took Iron Man 3. And Iron Man 3, as you may or may not have known, spoiler alert, they're like, oh yeah, so, hey, there's this guy, and, yeah, he was, fuck, now I can't remember his name.
It was that bad?
I'm just...
Are you talking about the Mandarin?
The Mandarin, there we go. Yes, they took the Mandarin.
You mean Ben Kingsley as the Mandarin?
Yeah.
Terrible.
The Mandarin?
Absolutely
Acting as the Mandarin.
terrible,
Acting as
because
the Mandarin.
he was like, he's acting...
Disguised as another dude.
He's playing, yeah, he's playing
dude?
one dude disguised as another dude. I'm like, what the fuck is this, a Russian doll? You just... I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Starring Robert Downey Jr.
Again. Playing himself as himself for himself.
Nah, but they took the amazing character in the comic books, the Mandarin, and they were just like, nah, that he can't be Chinese. He can't be awesome. He can't
be
have
actually Mandarin.
Yeah, he can't be
It's like,
Mandarin.
wait. We
He
want to
can't
be
have the
inclusive, but
rings.
not that inclusive. Okay.
It's like, you know,
keep the
Ben Kingsley,
name.
like, that's the nigga right there.
yeah, Ben Kingsley, you did a terrible job. I want you to kill yourself.
Dang.
I disagree with that. I
Ooh.
disagree with that fully.
Vonte's ears just moved.
Yeah, he twitched. I disagree with that wholeheartedly.
He was like,
He's like,
"Nigga,
shit,
what?"
I'm in a quarter now.
No, he's like, nigga, you said what?
It's like, I'm
redeemed
ready.
myself.
I'm ready. Let's get it.
Use with the hands.
Shit. Is there anything else? I'll give it to the empowered lady section, because y'all sound real powerful today.
I'm always powerful. I was born out the womb powerful.
I don't know about that.
Well, technically, yeah. Technically. Ripping apart everything.
Damn.
That means shit.
That's true.
I mean,
But anyway,
No money, no power.
between the both of you,
The
you
Blur-
got like power, like a power outage. No, go ahead.
I think the Blur, as John eloquently just put,
Why you gotta be the eloquent?
was media. And for me, it was like, before that, it was shows. Not movies, shows. It kind of introduced geek culture to pop culture because it was so out there. It was more in people's face. And then it was like, hey, now I know who the Justice League are. Now I know who Superman is after his 12th movie. We all know who he is.
I don't know who he is.
Okay.
don't
We
wanna know
all
who
know
he
who he is. But it's mostly about that, because pop culture is like, well, everybody likes him. Let's go for it. They put what everybody might like.
Oh, fuck that bitch.
Not
Fuck Superman.
Yeah, but I'm not saying just Superman. I'm just saying, like, come on. Like, they put the same characters out
Like Batman.
for the past, 70 years? The same characters since day one. And they're still reviewing them, and it's much more than that. So right now, it's like people are dipping their toe into it, and there's a whole ocean of just geek culture that nobody
the
knows about.
analogy.
So... Yes, that's the blur of the line. It was media. It was I'd say it was mostly shows. That's it. It was mostly shows. The TV killed the radio star. That's what happened. TV killed the comic book. Okay, that's what they did. All right. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did. It did.
For me, it was the opposite. Like TV, I feel like TV and the movies and everything, like you said, is dipping your toe. For me, it was a great introduction. Because I feel like everyone knows about geeks. And like we were talking before, we had the stereotype of geeks and everything. There's a bad stereotype that they're like, live with their moms or stuff. But then there's a stereotype that they're very, very territorial. I don't want to go up in there not knowing anything. I'm going to get shot. So I feel like metaphorically shot.
Bang, bang.
With
They're gonna come like, F you ain't a geek, you didn't know about this. I'm like, yo, son, I just wanted to come up in here and see what y'all doing because it look cool, but now I don't want to.
Yeah,
and
that's usually a turnoff. Like, the fans themselves are usually a big turnoff for other people to become fans.
Yeah.
Even when you're in the community.
So let's just say you haven't seen any anime, right? And you say, I want to watch Dragon Ball Z. You watch half of that show and you come with somebody and you don't know everything that happened in that first half of that show.
You're ostracized.
They're gonna drop the leg on you, bro. Like, it's they gonna
leg drop,
Hulkamania leg drop you, dude.
For people that don't consider themselves geeks, I would say something like Dragon Ball Z is shit to them, and they'll be like, "What are you talking about? It's the best anime out." And I'm like,
There's so
What
much
anime
more.
have you seen? Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, Rurouni Kenshin. Those are the main ones. Cowboy Bebop. Those are the main ones that everybody knows. So they don't know what good is.
Whoa.
I feel like those are good intros.
No, I'm talking about Dragon Ball Z.
Hakusho
At
doesn't-
least.
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Z.
yeah. But they're still entitled to their opinion, though. Like, regardless of what that may be, I don't think it's right to say, "Oh, you haven't seen anything good." Like, that's a little fucked up to say. It's a little fucked up to say that.
You could say you haven't seen enough.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say that. I'm saying based on what they've seen, that's the best that they've seen.
All right. With that, I'm not saying that any of less of a geek if they want to consider themselves a geek. I'm saying that Dragon Ball Z is bad.
When you described that.
Yeah, I'm like Dragon Ball Z is bad. Well, to me,
Is it because they said it was better than Yu Yu Hakusho? Is that why you insulted?
yes, I was insulted. All right, Spirit Gun beats Kamehameha every
in power
time.
level.
But
Not
that
in power
wasn't
level.
Not in power level because it's over 9,000.
That's one other thing.
And fuck One Piece. Okay, go ahead.
That's one other thing I thought about geek culture. There's this like lingo that everyone knows.
Yeah.
Like people know OTPs. They know the reference from over 9,000. It's certain lingo. I feel like it helps you become like you feel you're more a part of the geek culture if you know these lingos.
What helps with that is conventions. Conventions
Yeah.
will help immensely.
And Google.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Google helps
Big
me
Comic-Con guy?
because I don't know nothing.
Immensely.
Actually, the rise of the internet actually also helped with geek culture as well. Because the thing is, I wasn't able to get into anime and manga because I didn't have a computer growing up. There was dial-up, and I wasn't going to be able to take off the phone to go on a computer.
Your mother's like, who you call?
Exactly, but the rise of the internet did a big part in exposing geek culture. But the question I had earlier that I don't want to forget, so I'm just ask this before, as a quick question: if geek culture is becoming pop culture, does that mean it's not going to last forever as pop culture? Is there going to be a time in the future where we're back to square one as far as being accepted?
Well, they did get rid of G4, the channel, and that was where I got my cheats on, and I was like,
What?
I
Now
need
it's
this.
Esquire.
And now it's Esquire.
Well,
the magazine.
What about the yearly cheat code books that they used to sell at those fucking Scholastic book fairs?
Yeah,
Yo.
yeah.
Yeah, we got the
that was the
interwebs
beginning.
for that.
Yeah, like, okay, so to a pretty large extent, so staying in pop culture, like geek culture staying in pop culture, it all depends on the success of what they bring out. Like, it has to be. We have to get positive reports every time. So if you support something, freaking support it, okay? Support it all you can. We talked about this.
Yes, I remember
Constantine's on the bubble. We don't know what's going on. It's a good show. Bring it back. And everybody's taking their chance with comic books right now. The movies are winning. The shows are definitely winning right now. CW was like, we're doing it.
We got this.
CW.
Arrow.
Yeah,
I give
They're
it to
putting
them.
in the work.
Arrow,
Yeah.
Flash, Gotham, Constantine,
The one
Fox
thing
got
you said-
Agents of Shield.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. too.
Agent Carter.
Oof, Agent fucking Carter.
Okay, cool. Because here's the thing.
With still more confirmed on the way. TNT just got Teen Titans.
Oh yeah.
So we're
Or Titans.
You
Titans.
didn't know? You didn't know?
I was not 100%
No,
they got a live
on the
action
rumor of
Teen
it,
Titans.
but
From what
I
I
was,
saw on the list, though, they took out Cyborg and Beast Boy.
Time out, rolled up, everybody stop, nigga, what?
From the list I saw of who's going to be on the Teen Titans show.
they took out Cyborg?
Yeah.
Quick
they-
question.
Cyborg-
Is it-
Cyborg and Beast Boy
Yeah.
aren't confirmed right
Okay.
now.
They better
for
be
the list.
confirmed.
Quick,
Those are
is
really
it
fan favorites.
okay with the Teen Titan thing? This is when stuff that I don't know because I don't read the comic books and everything. Are they going based on the comic books? And if so, is that
No.
how? That's when whenever I see a show,
What
I
I
don't
heard
know.
so far
They're-
about it is that it's following an exact comic book arc that was called Titans.
Yeah,
I
and they're still
don't know.
taking a few liberties, like who's being inserted
Yeah.
where, because the cast is a lot different from what they're going. But I think they're just going with what they can get, basically. So I don't.
what effects they can
Yeah,
pay for.
I actually wouldn't expect Cyborg to make it.
Yeah, because that's a lot of fucking money.
Starfire's confirmed.
Is there
Ravens
other?
in it.
Ravens in
Alright,
it. There you
so
go.
y'all all know I got like this whole issue about having being inclusive with like people of color and queer people. So are they gonna have another person of color?
I
Possibly.
think so. One of
Hope
the
so.
two little ones.
The twins?
Yeah, one of the twins, I think.
Oh, cool. Wait,
Yeah.
who's the twin? Masi Menos?
Massey
No,
Meadows.
no. Oh my god.
Raven's legs better be on.
Yes.
All right.
I want to bring it back to something Jorge said before. He's like, if you like something, you have to support it fully and everything. I feel like that's to an extent. I feel like if at the same time, if we don't challenge people or challenge like the powers that be, I don't know what to call because I suck at
Or
lingo.
criticize it.
Yeah, or if we don't
Be
criticize it,
critical of
we're
it.
just gonna keep getting whatever they think we like. And I'm like the whole thing with Agent of Carter. Everyone's like, for me, I'm a black woman. They're like, oh, you gotta like it because it's like
a
you got.
woman.
It's a
You don't
woman.
have to
It's,
like
woman's
shit.
a lead. She's a lead. You gotta support it. If you don't like this, they're not gonna give you more woman lead shows. I'm like, I don't like it because person with me, I'm like, you just put whiteness on the spot on all this. And they're like, it's not historically accurate. Nigga, go read the textbook. You act like black people weren't invented yet. You gonna tell me they weren't in it? I gotta bring up some facts right now. Boom, 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 boom. Anyway, that aside, I'm like, so if for me, I feel like whenever I start criticizing something, I get like, I don't know what to call them, like the super mega fans.
The Uber fan.
The Uber fan. They're like, how dare you?
Uber with the 2 dots.
Yeah, with the 2. They're like,
they refer to Uber fans as people that have just been there since day ones, basically. So Uber fan for anime would be like the guys who saw Ava before before anything.
I saw what I was screening on the channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, like with that, I feel like when I get attacked for criticizing certain aspects, it's like if you don't like it, and they're not gonna give us what we need, and not gonna give us anything. So you have to support this. If you don't support this, you're not a true fan. You're not a true geek. I'm like, I'm a true fan. Yeah, I'm a true fan because I want them to improve themselves. I want them to improve the product for everyone. We got the technology, we got the insight and everything. Do it, nigga.
Yeah, we're still advertising with that. We're slowly challenging them to give us different things.
Be a critical fan.
If there was one thing that spoke loud, it was the release of Guardians of the Galaxy. It was so different from everything they had, and everybody's like, okay, more of that, please. It's basically that. Give us that.
Like, compare that with Avengers. Avengers was this blockbuster, fucking Michael Bay testosterone boost shit.
But Guardians of the Galaxy was like it was like skeptical.
It's
if
like
you
we
did not
sent out
see
the B team who did a fucking A+ job.
It was like, yay!
So basically, what we get with Avengers is a vanilla action film.
Yeah.
With characters we know.
Yeah.
That's what we get. Whether you liked it or not, if you like it, that's fine for you.
Guardians of the Galaxy had a talking raccoon.
If you liked it, that's fine. But to me, it was like I'd much rather see Taken 4. All right, I'd much rather see that. All right.
I've seen the Avengers only once.
Give me Liam Neeson over the Avengers movie. I'd take that.
As far as the support thing goes, I think it's especially important for the anime industry because Hollywood is going to go on. It's going to make the movies. If they think they're going to make money, they're going to make another Dragon Ball Evolution. If it made money, they would have made another one. TMNT is getting a sequel.
They're trying.
You know what I'm saying?
They're trying.
$6 million first week for TMNT.
Exactly. But I mean, it's harder for people because I'm struggling personally. I can't really get the money out there to support the anime industry. But if I did, I would because if we want these things dubbed, if we want these things subbed and brought over here, we need to support it.
Instead of watching some fuzzy quality
exactly. Unless you want fan dubs, because people die when they are killed.
No, that was the official. That's the official. Oh, wow. Because when they dubbed that show, that was still a line in the show.
Well then.
Wow.
Yeah. That's the example of bad dubbing.
Don't
get me started on that.
It was something where he had he was talking about Hollywood and the anime industry and all that stuff. Personally, for me, I feel like different than a lot of things. I really don't let's talk. I don't want to go into a deep thing, but I feel like America's relationship with anime is not going to be the same thing as the relationship it has with comic books because we're doing our own comic books. Mm-hmm. For us to do anime and manga, I'm like, you gonna get some niggas who don't know shit about that culture, try to adapt it here, but you don't know what you're trying to adapt it from.
4K?
And then
4K.
4K? And then I feel like for certain things, and then I feel like because we are in America, Japan is it's considered homogenous. 98% of the population is Japanese, of Japanese descent. Boom. Whatever. In America, we're not like that and stuff. So then I feel like when we do certain things like the Ghost in the Shell thing, I love Ghost in the Shell. I don't like Scarlett Johansson that much. I feel like I get why they choose her and everything, but I feel like this is their opportunity to do something different and it still could be good. Why don't you get an actual Japanese actress? She doesn't even have to be from Japan. We have Japanese American actresses here. This is a chance to show actual real representation and you can actually improve on it. Why do you have to? You don't have to change you have to I understand you have to change some things when you do dubs and everything. You have to so people get it culturally. I feel like some things from the Japanese things you can introduce it. You don't have to change it completely. I feel like some things they're doing with the Akira with fucking Twilight dude.
Robert Pattinson.
For me, Ghost in the Shell, Akira, and Godzilla, they're quintessentially Japanese because they deal with quintessentially Japanese things like Godzilla. We as Americans ain't got to worry about nukes bombing us. That was not a thing.
I think out of the three, Ghost in the Shell is a little more liberal about that.
Yeah, it is more liberal
because okay, so.
I'm thinking of the idea.
So other than the major's name being Motoko Kusanagi, what is her relationship with Japanese culture?
No, I'm thinking the idea. No, for me.
there was geishas in that one episode.
No, for me, it comes from when the whole idea when they're like the solid state mind thing and stuff. Like you're all like one thing.
Mm-hmm.
When they have like in Japan, I'm not an expert. They have like this idea that everyone's all for one.
Yeah,
you're all part of this one collective, and it also goes back during the time when they were like doing a technology boost, when people like were losing what it means to be Japanese because we're doing this technology stuff.
Okay.
So I feel like if you can translate that well, sure. But I still feel like you can. Well, if we're gonna take a few things, why can't we put a Japanese American? How's it gonna hurt?
I feel the Akira movie by America about nuclear dropped on Japan is kind of disrespectful. Like we dropped the bomb on you, but we're gonna make a movie about your culture over here about us dropping a bomb on you. I feel like that's slightly disrespectful on our part. I'm
just sad.
I think it depends. It does depend on the show because Justin Bieber as Naruto sounds good. No, I'm joking. That was a total joke. All right,
Wait,
but
hold up.
as far as anime goes, you have some anime that doesn't portray American culture well or whatever.
all the time.
Every time, but I do like an anime that I really want to see live action is Monster. It's a psychological thriller with there's no supernatural aspects in Monster. Zero. So it's an anime, but they're set in Germany. The only person that I should think that should be Japanese is the main character because he's the only Japanese brain surgeon, like the best Japanese brain surgeon, and he's in Germany. So things like that.
And Guillermo del Toro at the helm of that, trying to get it done for HBO, the live action.
Anybody knows any illegal sites that can get that? Send it to me in my
I got you.
personal.
I got you.
shirt.
Oh, legal.
I got you.
Legal. I said legal. I made a mistake.
Either way, I got you.
Okay, so one thing I want to bring up with the geek culture. Let's talk about fucking Comic-Con. Like shit. Okay?
All right, so bring that over here. All right, so we don't get the A-list guys, but we the best. All right, let me tell you.
We the best DJ.
Yeah, if New York Comic Con 2014 wasn't an example of what's going on in New York, then I don't know what it is. We actually need a dedicated anime convention because you see all the representation, and they're taking out the anime representation in Comic-Con. It's all comics. I understand that. Comic-Con is fine. It's fun for everybody. I think there's something there for everyone.
Except for the geeks. You know why?
Why?
Because of the people, I've heard it in here, it is too mainstream.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You know.
All right.
You know what? I've heard that too.
I've lived that.
Too mainstream.
I did. Oh,
It's enjoyable for everybody except for the geeks.
finger wag at you, mofo's.
All right. Let's start off by saying finger wag at you motherfuckers, because you are motherfuckers. All right, I'm not gonna throw shots at people, but people are like, oh, it's a real hipster mentality. Like, oh my God, this is so nice when it was just me and only me. But when everyone else looks at it, you're just like, oh no, this is the fucking
This
devil.
is my
Fuck outta
thing.
here.
Mine.
Okay, the thing about Comic-Con getting mainstream and stuff, I feel like if I don't know, I'm not a PR person. I don't know how you do all this other shit to get people to like other shit. I feel like if Comic-Con was the way it was for me, I'm bad at time. I think 2 years ago, if they kept everything there that it was and let people who's I'm interested and then they go, that'd be cool. For when I went I think it was 2 years, they had the thing that I would miss the most about Comic-Con this year was first of all you niggas going in my professional panels when I ain't got no fucking room.
Bitch.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, there's Thursday's professional day. That's how I get my passes. Because I like to go and see how can I incorporate comic books into the curriculum? How do I get comic books into the library? How can I use comic books to motivate teenage girls? I like stuff like that. That's the stuff I go for. And then everyone else is in there, and you only in there because you don't really care. Because I remember sitting in there, this person why am I sitting here? I thought they were going to talk about teenage girl comics. Did you not read? Did you not read? That aside, because that got me frustrated. One thing that they had before, they had it's probably because the way they did it now. You know that queue hall where they had people waiting for the big screen things instead of having people wait inside the main stage? That area before, they had sword demonstrations where you can actually get a sword, and if you were over 18, you were allowed to cut things on stage. On the other side, they had Quidditch. You can play Quidditch. I played freaking Quidditch. And then the other side over there, they had lightsaber training. And then on the other side, they had little kid lightsaber training. They had all this stuff, and I feel like they had that stuff that was great for an introduction thing. And I feel like people go to I feel like Comic-Con is the people who are hardcore geeks, they go because like I feel like people go because I have to go to Comic-Con. I go every year. Some people go because they want. That's when you get all your stuff. People want to go because they want to see some of the panels and everything. And then I feel like Comic-Con now is trying to say, hey, we want more people to come because they don't know anything about this stuff. They just know a little.
More stuff.
To buy more stuff.
You want
I'm more trying to be optimistic. I'm like, I want people to enter this world. I feel like that's what they're trying to do, but they're not doing it right.
So you need more supporters
So,
to support.
so you're saying Comic-Con is a gateway?
Yes.
For me,
Is it a gateway to
I feel like Comic-Con is the meetup for the gateway. Like you were
That's where you go to get
It's like,
your,
are you trying to say it's like the milk, like coffee, like coffee breakfast meetup? Like, hey, it's coffee.
Yeah, you all like coffee.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like that because guess what? Everyone who goes
I
there,
saw that too.
it's like everyone who goes to the coffee meetup thing. They know they like coffee already. They don't know what kind of different type of coffee they got. You're gonna meet them like, have you tried these
The wine tasting.
these Arubian beans or whatever? That's when you do stuff like that. I feel like that's what Comic-Con's for people who know things, and for people like me who don't know anything. That's a chance for me. I know just a little to get in there.
Yeah, people with money.
You know I live on Comic-Con with $5 for the whole 4 days to come to me, struggle-friendly Comic-Con.
Comic-Con's just an opportunity for a big group of people from different fandoms to come and just share creativity. And you see the cosplays that happen every year. Yes. They go hard. They lose their lives for those cosplay. They do it for the cosplay.
Do it for the cosplay.
For the motherfucking hashtag cosplay.
Put the hashtag.
The Deadpool cosplay this year's
they went
Comic-Con,
in.
that was insane.
What? No, the Smash Brothers one where they did all those characters.
They
That was
did
epic.
a Smash with this title screen in
The
the
best,
front.
one of the best cosplays I saw was I went to the cosplay fashion show thing, and there's one girl. The game, it was a Solid Snake game. I don't know, like the actual game, Metal Gear or something.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, she built the whole apparently it's a stage. Sabrina was sitting there telling me because Sabrina knows like all the fucking games and shit. I'm like, yeah, that's so cool, but this shit looks cool. She built like this fucking robot shit on stage and it moved and shit, and I was like, nigga, what? That and like the other cosplay that I saw so much is I like
Attack on Titan, and fucking Dead.
Yeah.
Well, if you went to Comic-Con 2013,
That's what they want.
all you saw was Attack on Titan. I missed that Comic-Con.
All right, let me,
I didn't even know it.
as far as I went 2013, I went 2014. I only went 1 day in 2013. I went 3 days 2014. The thing is, I feel like the anime department is really declining. I didn't see that much anime cosplay.
I couldn't find any of the animes I liked.
I was looking for the One Piece crew. I did find the One Piece crew, but it was hard. You know what I mean?
You know what's weird? Well, it's not weird. Before it used to be Comic-Con and then Anime Festival. They used to split it and have you go walk to the other side. Like, hey, yo, I like comic books. I like anime. Blur. And then one time they had it like Comic-Con got big. And then it was like Anime Festival at Comic-Con. And then they just dropped the shit completely. And I was like, damn.
Okay, so my first Comic-Con was 2011. And
I went 2010.
And they still had the anime stuff there. It was the year after 2012. I missed that one. Okay, so I went 2013 and everything was gone. And I was so disappointed because 2011 was it was crazy. First of all, it was my first experience at Comic-Con, so that was a big deal. Second of all, I got to meet some voice actors that I like, and I got to meet Makoto Shinkai, which was freaking sweet. Because he's one of my favorite anime directors ever. So he came in, he knows no English. And he said the first thing he did when he landed was buy an iPhone. That guy was cool. And I got to see the American premiere of my favorite anime film of all time, Children of Shitslow's Voices. So I'll plug that one. So Comic-Con for me was just the place because in 2011 I had just started watching anime and just started getting into it. So I didn't really have anybody to talk to.
So with one word, good or bad for Comic-Con? Do you think?
Comic-Con
on geek culture.
Comic-Con is great.
Yeah.
For geek culture.
Great.
Yeah, I think it's good. I feel like it's good for people who are already in the culture. I think it's good for people who are who live the culture. I think it's good for people who don't really know anything about it. It's a chance for all types of levels. Like okay, I wish GNC. Oh, never mind. That's it. It's good. It's good.
One word, good or bad?
Experience.
She hasn't gone.
Ooh, why you do that to her?
That's why I said
The
experience.
same experience.
Well, if you didn't die, you would have went for free.
Oh yeah, it's good.
That's true.
Well, my first one was last year, so I would say it was good because that shit was fun and it made me want to get a 3-day pass.
All I know is what
Alright, so
You said you talking about GNC. I wanted to.
Oh, well, how I want GNC when I first, I told you I wanted, different levels of people who don't know anything, people who kind of know something, and niggas who know everything. I feel like that's what Comic-Con is. That's why I wanted GNC to kind of be like everyone, the one thing we have in common is that we have an interest in this. we all are different places and different levels, but now I can go to someone who knows this, or someone can go to me. Yeah, we all come to this point and can exchange idea. And I feel like a new pair of eyes, so having new people brings a new set of eyes, and having like people who've been there can help other people who haven't been there before. Like, let me guide you. Like, oh, cool, you guided me, but did you see that back there? Nah, you won't, because I was there like 20 years ago. Well, let me show you.
Yeah, I feel like GNC in general.
Is it mini Comic-Con?
It is. It is like walking into a mini Comic-Con because people
Except
like
for the free stuff.
people
We
like
try to get you
get
free
free you get free friendships
free friendships.
And no sexual harassment.
Oh yeah.
because cosplay is not consent.
Yes, cosplay is not consent, niggas.
But yeah,
They did a good job with that, though.
it feels like a mini Comic-Con because I don't know what the hell I'm gonna get from people when I come here. We have a different sort of
We
fan.
have a person for everything.
Yeah, we have a guy for everything. For like Barney from How I Met Your Mother, we have a guy to get the guy. So
Porn stars.
yeah, so every single time we get up here, like in front of the club, and we start talking, a different fandom is in the spotlight, and that's pretty big. We're not only exposing, but we're sharing, and everybody seems to be cool with it, and I love it.
I feel like I got critical fans.
I'm a very critical fan.
I love critical fans. I like
Read my Attack on Titan review.
Yes.
You can find it on graphicnoveljj.wordpress.com.
Along with many others.
For that GNC review.
Wait, you could do a GNC review?
I read. I
I was like, I want to
You
see
do it on
that
every single person in the club.
Everson asked me to do that.
Oh, geez.
on every person or just GNC
On every person. I did it on the review committee.
that's
and-
like
Oh yeah, that's
Year-end
mad.
wrap-up.
Do you
That was
know how many
hilarious.
people that is?
That's a year-end wrap-up. That's
Yeah.
it.
I could.
That
do
would
it.
take a year.
Well,
Yeah, that's why the
You have
year-end.
the time for it.
That's why you
Each
got
day you gotta write at least 5.
I did the review. I did the review committee. 18 people in 3 hours.
The thing is, you can have like
That was
basic
amazing.
characters, and you can have supporting characters. No, I can't.
No, hold on.
and extra.
Oh, yeah.
GNC the anime.
Hold on.
Oh my god.
You could do like
Like
Bakugo.
Bakugo?
Do it like Bakugo.
No.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
But you don't know how.
Main character. All right. And then we
There's
have
no
to
main
wrap 'em up.
character. Unless you open your
There's
mind to
only Zulu.
yourself as the main character.
Yo, that should be the tagline.
Philosophy?
What
Are we
Dominic just
doing
said.
philosophy now?
Dominic, what you just said?
I said there is no main character. Unless you are the main character within it.
Baccano logic.
Do
You're the
that.
main character of your own story.
There you go.
Nah. Or you could take what Sky Williams said. He's like, if life was an anime, you're not the main character.
Yes.
You're the bad.
I feel like I'm not. I feel like you know what I am.
He's like, shit.
I'm the
you're
one
born,
black
don't
person
worry.
in the background that they randomly draw sometimes.
If you don't
in
have
anime,
color hair, you're not
Oh
part of the
my
anime.
god.
Yeah.
no.
but I don't have blonde hair, so I'm not there. I'm like they started like trying to draw me. It's like, we'll fill it in later.
Well, I'm pretty sure I think I have the lightest hair here, so would that make me the main character?
No.
Nah.
Nah, you know why? Because you don't sit in the classroom on the left, right next to the window.
There's no window in here.
That would be the
He
window.
would be one of the main characters because his hair is the craziest out of all of us. Like, his,
Really?
Talking about really?
Wait, look,
You got 4 natural people sitting up here talking about some
looks right
crazy
now.
hair.
He looked like he got tapeworms coming out of his head.
He looks like fucking NBA 2K.
The logo.
NBA Street.
John DeWitt right now would be a main character
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, he would.
be a main
He'd be
character
like,
in
Nah,
2K.
Play himself.
he would be the obligatory black guy in an
You'd be
anime, in an
supporting
anime
character.
that doesn't get any development at all, but is there till the end. Doesn't get a story to wrap up.
With a white voice actor, of
Yeah,
course.
and his theme is hip hop. Like his background theme song is like some Kanye song, just anime style. That's basically it. So get all right. So let's get some final comments.
Why I gotta go first? I don't want to be first.
Okay.
Ladies first.
Okay, ladies first.
Oh, well, let me tell you something.
Hashtag sexism.
Final thoughts. Being a geek is cool. Well, to me, being a geek is all right. It's pop culture now, and I won't stop being a geek because if anybody says anything about it. Hashtag getting the GNC, but you're in GNC if you're listening to this. So.
Nah, it's random people that be listening to this.
So
We got 25 followers on WordPress that I have no clue who they are.
yo, come and find me. I live in Brooklyn. Let me stop.
This is why you attract crazy people.
It's not my fault. All right.
This is why we can't take Edwinson anywhere.
All right. But yeah. Until next time, I'm Jonathan. I'll see you.
Geekdom is life. Geekdom is love. Geekdom is the shit. Geekdom is Shrek. But yeah. So if you're not a geek today, be a geek today because being a geek is
If you're not Shrek, you're a donkey. Me and you're in this mess.
Damn.
Jesus.
Wow.
I don't even have to finish my own tagline. That's me signing off. Let's go.
Everybody's a geek. Everybody has a spectrum of geek. And everybody, whether you're just a little bit or if you're a whole room full of geek, I mean, it's you. It's identity, geek. And geek culture is your identity.
That
and
sounds
accept
like
it.
AIDS talk.
And accept it.
Thank you for this.
Your role.
Thank you. And thank
Know
you for
your
having
role.
me. Know your role. Thank you. And thank you for having me.
That public service announcement.
That's a PSA announcement.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna try to make this brief because I'm known for talking for a while. Let's see. Last thoughts on geek, like
On just everything.
On everything?
Everything in general. What you got to say?
What do you have to say?
a
do you
few
got to
things.
say?
All right,
The world is listening. What do you have to say?
a few things I have to say. I feel like
Are you ready to give
I
me a
want.
shot?
I feel like geekdom. Yes, you can be a geek and everything. I want the geeks who are there now be more open, niggas. Let niggas chill. Stop following what is a stereotype of a geek and what's not a stereotype of geek. Anyone could be a geek. Let's stop having white main character dudes and with some chicks.
Yo, but Scarlett Johansson though,
You
like,
want more
Nah,
tourists.
No, you can still see. She can still cosplay, but I want like the. I feel like the way that the geekdom is going now. You saying that it's getting more mainstream and everything, but I feel like we have more liberties than other sources of media and stuff. I feel like this is a chance that we can use this to change things. Like we don't always have to have the one stereotype, one archetype of what this character has to be or what character can be elite. We can do anything now. Let's ask for that shit, nigga. And the only reason that I feel like one reason that we don't do that is because geeks are known for being narrow-minded, in my opinion. It's like, you're not about this, you're not this. If it's not this, it's not this, therefore it's not geek. And I feel like we become more open. We're opening ourselves to each other. We're opening ourselves to have more people in here, expanding on it, and we're opening a chance to make everything make everything better by including other things as well. And my last thing is, my name's Galloway, and I like chocolate. So if former president started GNC because I legit started it because I wanted to feel welcome in the geek world. So yeah,
Former president is always president.
former president,
Yeah.
Killer Kaicho.
all right.
Now you're always president.
Okay, so just a few points. Open-mindedness will get us a long way. On both sides of the table for geeks in general who are very defensive about what they like. I understand why, because the history of it makes it so you got to protect what you have, right?
Yeah.
It happens. Like I get like that sometimes, but I got to come back, reel it in a little bit and be like, okay, they don't understand right now.
It's cool.
But I don't mind educating you. Yeah, and on the other side, you can't go by stereotypes. It's never a good idea on anything. Even if the stereotype is promoting something positive, stereotype is bad every time. It is. I'll just end by saying that my friends are better than your friends.
Wow.
Hashtag facts.
I have more fun by not labeling myself. So, open up. Find some things here. Come to GNC.
Might learn
Meetings
something.
twice a week, every Wednesday, Thursday, community hour. I don't know where y'all meet. This room is called L284.
Yeah.
Ooh, still got it, yo. Still got it.
Yeah. And this is brought to you by the review committee. So, if,
Your president was always. Oh my God, we Obama in two thingies. You know, he had first term he was black, and second term he's black, so we got two.
He's turning white. Don't worry.
all right.
You know how many people? Oh, wait, that's
Okay,
not
so as I said, brought to you by the review committee. If you want to hear our opinionated people talk about things that they love or hate, Yantzy, then then you can check us out at graphicnoveljj.wordpress.com.
and
All right.
Tumblr.
And we are on Tumblr. Galloway's over there doing live
Tumblr.
blogging currently. You're still on Eureka 7, right?
Yeah, bitch, nigga, freaking
On the
renting.
record.
I forgot about that show.
Yeah.
I'm not going back into that one.
No, I post all y'all. Everything you post on the page, I post on the Tumblr too.
Yeah, we're just trying to expand, get our opinions out there.
We're just trying to rule the world, you know?
Yeah, we're ruling the world one review at a time. I'm just got to tackle things that people love. That's really
We
it.
just have to make people actually do reviews.
Yeah, once people start doing reviews, we're doing it, bro. So just do that. Believe that. All right.
Believe in the shield.
Believe that. Believe in the shield. Just saying, the GNC anime is coming soon.
You can believe that.
2020.
And my last words are going to be just Rise of the Geeks. We're living in a culture that is geek culture. There's no, I guess, you're not in the dumpster anymore. You can actually talk to people. You don't have to be afraid of what you like. You can like whatever you want. Just have fun with yourself.
All right.
We We should end it on that.
All right, we're gonna ignore that. I'm just gonna say once again, my name is Jorge. I am your host. We're signing off from the Media Off Screen Podcast. Thank you.